And welcome back once again, ladies and gentlemen. I bring you this time the live reaction of this week's chapter of the Seven Deadly Sins 198, The Giant and the Fairy. So, as we can guess by the title and by the cover page and last week's ending, this chapter will be all about Diane and King, which, to be honest, I didn't remember they were gone. I mean, when was the last time they appeared? They were fighting in that festival with Gloxonia and Dolor, but after that they vanished. Because, well, I guess everyone vanished after that, but I hadn't realized that they hadn't appeared yet. When I was reading last week's chapter and I got to that end and I saw them together, I was like, huh, were they gone all this time? And yes, that I guess that shows how much attention I pay to these chapters. But no, seriously, I I did not remember that they were gone, let alone that they were together, because we did not know. But yes, despite despite that little lapse of my memory, I am quite happy to see them back and together and well. With the conclusion of the battle for the defense of Leones, the stage shifts to the forest of the Fairy King. Oh, so they are back at the Fairy King's forest. King and Diane's scenario unfolds. So now, one thing that I really want to point out, that I've been thinking about this for a little while, I am kind of upset with the way Diane is portrayed in this manga in general, because she's a giant. She wields a freaking giant hammer, and she's always portrayed as not weak, but as a very fragile. I guess that is cool in a way, but now she's lost her memory yet again. And we haven't seen her fighting all that much. And I really wanted to, because she's a giant, for God's sake. She was a giant freaking hammer. She's one of the few. Well, not. Well, no, actually, no. Almost all of them have their sacred treasures. Only Bon doesn't have. I was about to say she's one of the few that has her sacred treasure, but no, all of them have their sacred treasures except for Bon, I guess. Meliodas got his recently before the festival. Diane got hers on the beginning of the series. King always had his one. Same from Merlin, same from Escanor. So yeah, Bon's really the only one without a sacred treasure. Anyway, enough of that. Let us start with the chapter. I want to see what this is all about. Okay, the typical fan art. Okay. I forgot about this. The chapter actually ended with them seeing each other naked, which is, oh god, which is okay. Yes, okay. Now they are arguing about, oh god. I guess it's kind of my fault. I just lost myself in my dancing mirror, right? And now they are just making excuses for one another. I am the fairy king after all. As such, it falls on me to get my act together in times like this. Oh god. I'm no expert, but it's not sprouting up. Oh. Oh my god, this took an unexpected turn. I'm no expert, but into not sprouting up, I wouldn't read too much into that. It was probably because you were embarrassed to see his whole and you are who you are. And he looks down to see. Oh god. Just so we're clear, when I was talking about sprouting, I wasn't talking. Okay. Oh Jesus. Okay. I wonder what everyone back in Leonis is doing right now. Has she got? Oh no, no, she hasn't. His dad seems to have emboldened the demon clan. They have been running rampant all across Britannia. It may simply be a matter of time before Leonis fall by their hands. Meliodas, he was such a kind boy. So she is not yet. She has not yet gained her memories back. She remembers Meliodas because of the time they were together prior to the festival, but she doesn't remember anything else. I wonder if I wonder if she ever. I mean, she has to. She's one of the seven. Up until the very end, I never understood a thing about him. So, and yet I do. Okay, so this is King speaking. Okay, this is King speaking, and yet I do find myself wishing he were still with us. Why is it that the fairy kings? Well, yes, because there's that barriers protecting the fairy king's forest. So okay. Oh, so Matrona is with them. Okay, nice. Has have her kids gone better? I hope so. Because she entered the fight to save her kids, but I guess that they are fine now, so that's good. It doesn't mean that the barrier is foolproof. We're probably fine as far as actual demons go, but there's no reason why a former fairy king or the king of the giants would not be able to detect it. Because that's the thing. That's another thing that sadly the seven deadly sins and fairy tale have been bugging me with some things for quite a while. And the thing that's been bugging me on the seven deadly sins is that out of out of the blue, after Meliodas' defeat, out of the blue, the Ten Commandments were, and after Meliodas came back to life, the commandments were almost wiped out. Like Esterosa lost to Escanor. The French-looking mustachy dude and the lady that was with him, they both fell to Meliodas. Frodrin fell to Meliodas. Who else? That leaves Gloxonia, Dolor, apparently Goter the Selfless, um, the other brother of Meliodas, I forgot his name. So that makes nine. There's one left. I'm forgetting about one. It's the phantom-looking guy with the many faces. Has he been defeated? Yeah, I guess wasn't he defeated? No, wait. Was he defeated by that goddess guy from the Pleiades of the Azure? I don't know, but all of a sudden, some of the strongest commandments have fallen, just like that. I'm not saying that, for instance, Escanor is not strong enough to take on Esterosa, but Jesus, Esterosa was the guy that killed Meliodas. I would have expected Escanor to have a little bit more of a difficulty, but then again, Escanor at midday is far, far more powerful than Meliodas. At least it has been stated. But that's the thing. Has Meliodas become stronger than Escanor at that point? Because if he doesn't, Jesus, just wait until midday, put the commandments all in the same place, and let Escanor have fun. You know what I say? But I hope that at least for Gloxonia and Dolor, Diane, King, and Matrona maybe are more than enough to handle them. So yeah, and now they are back. So yeah, her kids are fine. Well, they are not her kids, but then again, as I said in the One Piece video, a father, or in this case a mother, is someone who loves and cares for. So anyway, they are playing with Oslo. Oslo is almost munching on them, but anyway. Oh, there's Gerard, the lady who tried to kill Bun. I've been watched while I was outside. Ooh. Okay, so I think things are shaping up here. Okay. And while they are dilly-dallying here, I believe that something will. Yep, I called it. I freaking called it. Gloxonia has appeared. Holy Jesus. Yeah, that ain't creepy at all now. Oh, wait. Something's happening. What were we doing just now? Oh, this amazing feeling just washed over me, and everything was so fun and lively. We just happily lost ourselves in our dancing and oh, okay. So Gloxinia just came and kidnapped Diane and King. Good. This is good. This is very good. Where could they have possibly gone? They were both just standing here, right alongside us. Gerard, did you notice anything? Okay, so Gerard did notice something. Yeah. I I I think she's getting mixed feelings about this. I don't think that she'll be much of a help for you right now. Ooh. You know what this structure reminds me of? The one from the opening of the anime, where you have both sides of the goddess, the fairies, and the giants, and the humans fighting versus the demons. There's a sort of a structure, a multi-layered structure like that, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. So it kind of reminds me of that. Okay, so now they are, yeah, now they are face to face with Gloxinia and Dolor. Well, I called it, didn't I? I said I hope for King and Diane to face Dolor and Gloxinia, so I guess I was correct. Oh, so cute. If this is where it's going to end, I'm glad you're the one by my side. Oh, cuteness overload, Diane. Blessed by the Ten Commandments, Gloxinia and Dolor, the fairy king and giant, stand side by side as they fight for their lives. Escape is not an option, and they are well aware of the vast difference in their powers. With nothing to lose, they steel themselves and dive head first. Chapter 199, Those Without Light. And the Seven Deadly Sins is going to take a break next week. This is the first time I've seen that in a very long time. One Piece, sure, it takes breaks a lot of times, but the Seven Deadly Sins, I can't remember the last time it took a break. But you know what? Granted, the guy deserves it. And if it is to prepare for a better chapter, for a very good chapter, in 2 weeks' time, I am all up for it because Diane and King versus Loxini and Dollar, I am all up for that gig. So, this was a very fast chapter. Only 21 pages. I guess it is the normal. There's another one, but it's a fan art, yeah. So I'm not gonna lie, I liked it. I enjoyed it. It was not a very fast-paced chapter, but then again, the last few chapters of Nanatsu no Taizai have been very fast-paced. So a nice change of pace is very welcome, especially if it is to set up for yet another fast-paced fight. So the only thing I ask of this is please do not make um, an unnecessary win. Just don't make them win just because of yes. Let us not invent a super duper awesome megalomania's power for King and Diane to make them one shot Gloxina and Dolor. Make them suffer a little bit. Maybe have the fight last for one, maybe two, and maybe three chapters. The third chapter being the conclusion of the battle. And it is as I said. in the beginning of the video. There aren't a lot of commandments left. There's Dolor and Gloxonia. There's Meliodas' brother. There's possibly that other guy, that weird-looking guy, and possibly Goater. The thing about Goater is I actually have an idea to prepare for a theory video on Goater, but I guess I can speak about him right now. Or you know what? No. I am gonna prepare that video good and proper, and I'll let you know when the video is released. You'll have to wait until then. But I have some ideas for Goater brewing here inside my noggin, but you guys will have to wait to see what those ideas are. And this concludes this week's chapter of the Seven Deadly Sins. Next week there won't be a Seven Deadly Sins chapter, as I said already, so you know what? Maybe I'll prepare that Goater theory video for the next week, as so you get your weekly dose of the Seven Deadly Sins. I will see you in a little bit for the last chapter of the day, the Promised Neverland chapter 13, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, I believe it's chapter 13, and I believe it's not yet released. So yes, I'll see you guys in a bit. Bye bye.